Hey guys, welcome back to the Encrypted Capital Recap for Wednesday, January 20th. First off, let's get into the prices here. Bitcoin sitting at 34,300. Ethereum hit a new all-time high yesterday. It has retraced slightly, sitting at $1,300. And we got XRP sitting at 28.8 cents. So first off, I got this from Anthony Pompliano. He says Bitcoin will be the global reserve currency because some footballer has transacted and requested to be paid with Bitcoin. I didn't know that meant that would mean Bitcoin would be a world reserve currency. Some people roasted him, and I'm glad they did, because how will Bitcoin be the global reserve currency if it's all bought up by the U.S. corporations and private citizens? By definition, a reserve currency is a large amount of currency held by central banks and major financial institutions to use for international transactions. A reserve currency reduces exchange rate risk, since there's no need for a country to exchange its currency for the reserve currency to do trade. So as much of a Bitcoin maxi this dude is, he's got to at least have some sense in him. At least I thought he did. So I am surprised that he thinks Bitcoin will be a global reserve currency, considering how slow it is. And someone else even brought up another really good point here. Do you even computer science, bro? What about a 51% attack risk, which is definitely a possibility considering China owns a majority of the mining power, somewhere between 60 and 80% of the mining power. So Bitcoin could be subject to a 51% attack risk, or if the president wanted to deem China as backing Bitcoin, he could probably make a case to do just that. In other news, we got Janet Yellen suggesting curtailing cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, saying they are mainly used for illegal financing. Have you guys ever heard of fiat money? Did we not realize that fiat has been used to launder just as much money? So I always get very weary when I hear these people coming out and saying that Bitcoin is used for illegal financing, because guess what? All currency can be used for illegal financing, not just Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. In other news, we have flipped. Ethereum now processes 28% more transactions than Bitcoin. The daily volume of transactions on the Ethereum network is now 28% greater than on Bitcoin, according to crypto analytics firm Masari. Ethereum's daily transaction volume is going parabolic. It now settles $12 billion in transactions daily, $3 billion more than Bitcoin. Although Ethereum does need to get their act together, releasing Ethereum 2.0, because right now when the network gets busy, especially during times like this, we're going to run into very high transaction fees. So until Ethereum 2.0 comes out, I do not think we're going to see any improvement on the system, and we may run into more bottlenecks on transactions and payments. Next up, we got pay attention. Grayscale adds 18 times the Bitcoin mine supply in one day. Bitcoin worth $600 million gets taken off the market as Bitcoin USD struggles to cement support for a retest of 40 grand. Asset manager Grayscale adds 18 times more Bitcoin than miners to the supply in just one day on January 18th. As various data sources confirm, Grayscale, which remains the biggest institutional buyer in the Bitcoin space, purchased a total of 16,244 BTC, a total of $607 million on Monday. And so it goes on to say that the giant sums are some of the biggest on record and are an order of magnitude above what even Grayscale was attempting just last week. We all know Grayscale now holds approximately 3% of all the Bitcoin that are floating around, and they keep adding to their bags. You have Grayscale owning 3%, the Winklevis owning another 1%, probably more at this point. So you got two institutions essentially owning 4% of all the Bitcoin floating around. I do believe that the market is in the hands of the whales and the big institutions by this point. If you haven't noticed already, it's just been a massive buying spree, and who knows how high we're going to take Bitcoin. But it is interesting to see exactly how much they are adding to their positions. It was just last year in 2020 that the Grayscale was holding about $2 billion of assets under management, and now they have approximately 24 billion assets under management. So if you don't think the big boys are here, they definitely are. Next article I have is Goldman Sachs, another big boy. Goldman Sachs exploring entry into crypto custody report. So Goldman Sachs wants to hold your crypto, basically going to be making it easier for grandma and grandpa to get into the space. Once they can log into their E-Trade, Scottrade, or any other platform they use and have those guys custody their funds versus holding it themselves on a ledger, it's going to open the door up to a lot more retail investors. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Citing a source inside Goldman, CoinDesk says the New York-based investment firm has recently issued a request for information to at least one leading institution in the cryptocurrency custody space. It goes on to say, like JP Morgan, we have issued an RFI looking at digital custody. We are broadly exploring digital custody and deciding what the next step is. So you got Goldman Sachs looking to custody. You got Kraken becoming the first bank, digital asset bank. You have Coinbase looking to go public. You have the Gemini twins looking to go public. And you have Goldman Sachs looking at custodying your Bitcoin. So big moves in 2021 for the cryptocurrency market as a whole. And in other news, we have the US SEC was reportedly warned that investors may lose billions due to enforcement actions against Ripple, legal experts claim. It goes on to say in this Twitter post from John E. Deaton1, the SEC was warned investors would lose billions considering the magnitude of an SEC enforcement action against the third largest digital asset, XRP. The SEC and its chairman, Jay Clayton, was sent a letter prior to the filing of the action from former chief Joseph Grunfest. So the SEC was warned about the harm that they would cause investors before they went ahead and dropped the bomb of a $1.3 billion lawsuit on Ripple going after Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. It was funny to me because Jay Clayton, the head of the SEC, decided to drop the massive bomb and then retired 2 days later during Christmas. Crazy timing for all these events. It does remain to be seen if they will end up settling out of court or not. But you have to think the retail investors at that time were probably holding XRP, I believe it was around 47 to 50 cents at that time, and then it dropped all the way down to 17 cents. So huge hit on the retail investors. Hopefully the XRP holders did hold. Hopefully you guys don't have weak hands, because I do foresee all of this getting settled. And once the dust clears, it'll make way for XRP to increase in price drastically. Although that is just my opinion. Obviously do your own research, but I do not think XRP is going anywhere. Next, we have UK crypto skeptics AntiBitcoin petition looks set for a sad fate. So this guy who was trying to get cryptocurrency transactions banned in the UK was failing to get a lot of people to back his petition. It says, but after a slow start, the petition has a very long way to go. Liversidge needs 10,000 signatures in order to receive an official written government response to the petition, and a staggering 99,876 more signatures before parliamentarians will even consider debating the measure in Parliament. So it looks like this guy who's trying to get crypto transactions banned in the UK is going to fall flat on his face, and good for him. I hope he does. Next up, we have Hong Kong crypto robbers strike a gang. Gang makes off with 450K tether haul. This woman was meeting up and doing huge transactions with what appears to be, according to the article, 20 to 30-year-old thugs armed with knives and sticks. So these transactions that take place behind closed doors, I definitely recommend not doing this. Clearly, there is a reason why people tend to do their transactions with people they know. Why would you even risk doing a $450,000 transfer with people that you have no idea who they are? Apparently, there was a gentleman who was waiting outside in a car while these transactions took place in order to somewhat act as protection, but clearly that did not take place. But instead, she met the man for the third time. She received the nastiest of surprises when she reportedly came face to face with a gang of 3 20 to 30-year-old thugs armed with knives and sticks who robbed her of the cash the man had given her in exchange for her $450,000 transfer. So word of advice, never do a $500,000 transfer with people you don't know. What an idiot. So with that being said, that will do it for this edition of the Encrypted Capital Recap. If you guys like what you heard, please hit the subscribe button, like it, leave a comment, and we will catch you all in the next video.